Yo, what's going on YouTube? I'm JPEX and I'm back with another Gray Zone Warfare video for you. And today we're going to be discussing the top 5 things that will make you a better Gray Zone player. Now, some of these you guys might already know. A lot of you guys have spent some time on the island and have done a lot of things around the island. So these may be second nature at this point. However, a lot of you may not know some of the specifics of what we're talking about. Now, the first thing that I will recommend doing when you load into Gray Zone for the first time, hit your escape key or your tab key to open up your menu, and we're going to go over to our settings in the top right and click on controls. Now, this is a new addition, the ADS aim and the look around aim. These are new, or how they function. So the ADS is going to be when you aim down sights. That's going to be your different ADS. Now, I like mine a little bit lower. That way I can kind of like jump around and see while I'm not ADSing, and then I can ADS and get that really finite movement in order to hit that headshot, because headshots make a big difference. Now, what you're going to want to do when you're inside this menu itself is take some time and scroll through every single keybind available. There is a lot. Now, some of you may came from Tarkov or some other FPSs, and so there's a lot of keybinds that are involved in those games as well. So what you want to do is just kind of keep it simple, right? Like, what keybinds are you going to be using the most? And they will change. I've changed my keybinds up quite a bit as I've been around Lamang. So it just really depends on how you use it and what you're using it for. But get familiar with everything that is possible. There's a lot of things that you may not even know. Like, for example, checking the chamber compared to checking the weapon and checking just the ammo. Those are 3 different keybinds you can use for 3 different options. So you can also change your zeroing range. That's going to be different. Your reticle next. There's some of the scopes that have the ability to change the reticle. That's a fancy keybind. So you just kind of want to make sure as you go through all of these that you know what's possible in Gray Zone. There's a lot of different options you have. For example, I've switched my medicine category. Now, your open grenade category, open medicine category, provisions category, if you double click these, it will just pull up whatever is there for the most part. I don't know if some keybinds make a difference, but if you open your medicine and you have it highlighted or your grenade highlighted, it will just pull it out and use it. Same thing with the provisions. It's pretty nice to have it a quick bind for the double press. For example, quick equip, quick healing, quick presume, right? So these having the ability to double press these, it allows it to, and you can change these too as well, but there's a lot of different things you can do in the keybinds here that you may not even know that is possible. It's some quick opening. So instead of going to your inventory and then to your tasks, and you can open up things individually quick there. So that is one of the larger, easier tips that I can give you for learning Gray Zone, is just figure it out. Now, tip number 2 is learn the ammo and the armor. The gear that you take into it will save your life. It 100% will. Helmets will save your life. You'll ricochet bullets more often than you actually realize, especially those guys with the shotguns or the pellets. They'll save you quite a bit. The headsets do make a little bit of a difference. There's the GSSHs you can find on the island as well, that may make a little bit of a sound difference based on your actual headset that you use. The earmuffs, I recommend picking up a pair anyway. The armors that you can get, I really recommend looking into the NIJ protection level and what it is. 3+ is going to be your top tier armor. Now, I will post a link. Bulletproof Zone put out a great article explaining what the NIJ protection levels are, what they do, what they stop. But 3 and 3+ will stop rifle rounds. 3+, particularly 8.56, which 8.56 is used quite a bit. Now, depending on the ammo itself makes a large difference as well. And shout out to Astropolsky out there. They created a nice little spreadsheet on Google Docs that allows basically all the stats of these bullets, because they give you some, right? They give you some dispersion and muzzle velocity and stuff like that, but they really don't tell you what it's going to pen level wise. Whereas 8.55, it's going to be your highest penning armor for this caliber, the 5.56. So if you use this is going to be the best in class. So things like this will actually make a large difference when you're putting down enemies. These will one tap a lot of the enemies to the chest that aren't wearing 3+ armor. Even then, it may even pen and tap through 3+. So it really is dependent on the ammo that you're using. Now this you unlock at level 3 gunny, so it makes a little bit of a difference as you level up your traders too, but it makes a large difference on what ammo you actually bring. If you bring a meta M4 or a Mark 18 into the island, and you put in this HPBT, that's really not going to do anything for penning any of the armor. It's going to make a lot more difficult for you to kill things. So that's going to be a massive opportunity. So I'll put both of the links for all of that in the description as well if you want to check it out. I highly recommend looking into that. Now, what we're going to look next is the mission objective. When you go to your tasks, when you look at your tasks and you go through all of this and you say, hey, this is the task that I'm doing, I recommend picking 1, maybe 2 things that you're going to go into the island for. You don't want to go in and take 4 or 5 tasks, and because a lot of these things you have to bring back in order to turn in. So if you bring in 1 or 2 and pick up some gear along the way, you're going to make some money, you're going to complete your tasks, and you're going to be able to get some additional rep from your traders. So, and as you progress through the island, you're going to have tasks at a bunch of different locations. So you can go to one location, complete this task, say, hey, I'm going to go to a different location, complete this, and then go back. But I recommend, 1 or 2 things that you say, hey, this is what I'm going in for, this is what I'm doing, and stay focused on the mission. Because if you get turned around or stuck in a corner, the way you got in is going to be the easiest way to get out. So if you kind of know what you're doing or why you're there, and you're not just wandering, you'll be able to get in and out if shit hits the fan. So for example, like in Tiger Bay, if you're grabbing the folder here, which this folder is located right here in this camp, and you come in from this LZ, this Juliet 1 from the top right here, right? And you're funneling down and you clear everything out, and you're like, okay, I got the folder, how do I get out? Instead of trying to go this way and clearing headquarters and dorms area, you can just go straight back through and get back up to the top. So you get your folder and you get out, and then you reset, and then you get another task that says, hey, I gotta grab a folder down here at this location, so we're gonna go Juliet 2 next time, grab our folder and get out. That way you don't have to land Juliet 3, come all the way down here, come to the camp, go all the way back through Tiger Bay, get the additional folder, and then try and get out from there. It makes things a lot easier if you just kind of plan your trip and say, hey, this is what I'm doing, this is why I'm here, get in, get out, and survive. Now, the other thing that I want to talk about is something that is specifically for fighting the AI. And the AI are dumb. And I say that they're difficult, right? But they're dumb difficult because they're just programmed to shoot at you. They're programmed to see threat, shoot threat. They don't see reposition or move around the map or take a different angle or anything like that. So what you're going to want to do is they're going to be aiming for your chest. Now that's from just experience. That's just kind of where they shoot. They're shooting mid body. They're not really like aiming for the head specifically or anything along those lines. They're kind of shooting at your chest. So what you want to do is you want to use hard cover and lean around the corners of that hard cover. And that way it allows them to either shoot the wall in front of you, gives you a better angle, and they don't have as much of your body open to hit. And when, taking less bullets means you survive more. So what you want to do is use that hard cover and lean around it and move, reposition yourself to new hard cover and lean around that once stuff gets overran, because they will push you. They will make a lot difficult, especially in Tiger Bay. It will be difficult to, be in different areas, but you're going to want to use that hard cover, lean around it, reposition yourself and move around. Now, the other thing is patience. You have to be patient when it comes to this game. It is not Call of Duty. You can't just run around the map and shoot things sliding everywhere. You have to be patient and moving about. Now, sometimes in Tiger Bay, there'll be 20 people that'll push you. There'll be 20 guys and they'll come from different angles. If you're patient enough when you aggro them as well, give it maybe 20 or 30 seconds if you think you're overran into a corner, and they'll kind of forget about you. They'll kind of be like, oh, okay, whatever. And you won't hear them shooting. You won't hear them, if they aggro you and you get into cover, they'll probably forget about you in about 30 seconds. And that gives you enough time to heal. That gives you enough time to move about and reposition. And it allows you to take a better angle for the fight, which will allow you to survive more. Now, when they do get aggroed on you, what you want to do is you want to let them come to you. You don't want to push through, because think of it like a wave of water, right? If you're pushing into this wave of water, the sides of the water are going to, combine around you. So if you push through the center of the mall and you don't clear everything while you're, being patient enough, they'll just be completely encircling you. And what happens when you get encircled is you get tied around, you don't have hard cover, you get shot from multiple angles, and you end up back at the lobby or at the camp. So what you want to do is be very patient when it comes to fighting them. You want to let them come to you, let them funnel to you, create a body stack if you need to, because they, and then you can just don't loot until it's safe. Just kind of sit there, let them, come to you, pull the trigger, finish the fight, and survive more. So hopefully these tips helped you. Hopefully you will survive a little bit more with these as well. Let me know in the comments below what you think I missed or anything along those lines for some top 5 tips. Now, I do want to give a shout out to the channel right now. We're super close to unlocking memberships, guys. All we need to get is that 500 subscriber mark. So please, if you enjoyed the video, hit that subscribe. If you liked the video, hit that like button. I appreciate you. We'll see you on the next one.